Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And in today's video, we are going to see the It had 4 doors, but made no apologies. A Corvette heart in a family sedan's body. And in 2008, Pontiac unleashed it on the world. This is the Pontiac G8 GXP, the most powerful production car Pontiac ever built, and one of the last great American muscle sedans. Under the hood, a 6.2-liter LS3 V8, the same engine found in the C6 Corvette, pumping out 415 horsepower and 415 pound-feet of torque. That's enough to send this 4-door from 0 to 60 in just 4.7 seconds and rip through the quarter-mile in 13 flat. You could get it with a 6-speed automatic. For the true drivers, a Tremec TR 60-66-speed manual, making it one of the rare modern sedans with a proper stick shift. Rear-wheel drive, limited slip differential, Brembo brakes at all 4 corners. The GXP wasn't just quick, it was sharp, planted, and built for the corners. With its aggressive stance, functional hood scoops, and flared fenders, the G8 GXP looked every bit as mean as it drove. Inside, you got sports seats, a driver-focused cockpit, and just enough comfort to make it your daily weapon. Pontiac only built around 1,800 of these. That means every one you see is already a collector's item, and prices are only climbing. The 2008 Pontiac G8 GXP was Pontiac's last stand, a final roar before the brand's farewell. Big V8, manual gearbox, 4 doors, and an attitude you can't fake. Raw, rare, unforgettable. In 2004, Pontiac resurrected a legend. A nameplate that defined American muscle in the 60s, reborn for a new generation. This is the 2004 Pontiac GTO. A modern muscle coupe with old-school attitude, imported from Australia, and built to bring the GTO name roaring back to life. Under the hood, a 5.7-liter LS1 V8, 350 horsepower, 365 pound-feet of torque, enough to launch the GTO from 0 to 60 in just 5.3 seconds, and through the quarter-mile in the low 13s. You could have it with a 4-speed automatic, or the purist's choice, a 6-speed manual. Rear-wheel drive, independent rear suspension, and a chassis tuned by Holden in Australia made this GTO more than just a straight-line brute. It could carve corners too. The design was clean, understated. Some said too understated. But inside, the GTO gave you leather sports seats, a driver-focused cockpit, and the kind of comfort that made long highway pulls effortless. Some fans complained it didn't look like the original, but those who drove it knew the truth. The 2004 GTO was a sleeper, a wolf in plain clothing. And with just over 15,000 built that year, it's already becoming a sought-after piece of Pontiac history. The 2004 Pontiac GTO was proof that muscle cars could evolve, blending heritage, modern engineering, and raw V8 power. It didn't scream for attention, it simply outran it. The GTO reborn and unforgettable. This was the Judge, 1969. Born from Pontiac's legendary GTO, the Judge was more than just a car. It was a statement. Loud, bright, unapologetic, designed to rule the street, and the drag strip. Under the hood, Pontiac's 400 cubic inch Ram Air 3 V8 pumping out 366 horsepower, paired with a 3-speed manual standard or an optional close ratio 4-speed. The Judge could hit 0 to 60 in just over 6 seconds and tear through the quarter mile in the low 14s. And if that wasn't enough, you could check the box for the Ram Air 4, turning the Judge into a street-legal predator. The Judge didn't whisper, it shouted. Carousel red paint, wild stripes, a rear deck spoiler, and the Judge decals that told everyone you meant business. Inspired by a late-night comedy skit, the name was a wink to the era, but the performance was dead serious. In the golden age of Detroit horsepower, the Judge became an icon, a symbol of speed, style, and the untamed spirit of the late 60s. Today, it stands as one of the most collectible muscle cars in history, a rolling reminder of when Pontiac ruled the streets. The 1969 Pontiac GTO The Judge wasn't just another muscle car. It was a verdict, and the verdict was guilty of being legendary. "1967 was the year it got meaner, faster, and sharper than ever. The 67 GTO wasn't just a carryover, it was an evolution. A fresh split grille, restyled taillights, more aggressive lines. It looked like it was moving fast, even when standing still. Under the hood, the beast. A 6.6-liter high-output V8, 360 horsepower, 438 pound-feet of torque. Fed by a 4-barrel carb and breathing through free-flow exhaust manifolds, the HO delivered raw, effortless power at any speed. 0-60 in around 6 seconds. Quarter mile in the mid-14s. For 67, that was pure dominance. You could pair it with a heavy-duty 3-speed manual, the close ratio 4-speed, or the new turbo Hydra-matic automatic. A safety track limited slip differential kept the rear tires fighting for grip, while the GTO's upgraded suspension gave it the control to match its muscle. Inside, you got bucket seats, a wood-trimmed dash, and full instrumentation. Everything angled toward the driver. Outside, a simple badge on the fender told the world what you were driving and what they were up against. The 1967 Pontiac GTO with the HO V8 wasn't just another muscle car, it was the king of the streets, the perfect balance of style, speed, and attitude. It was power you could feel in your chest, style you could spot a block away, and a name that still commands respect. The 67 GTO, Pontiac's purest statement of muscle. "1966, the muscle car wars were just beginning, and Pontiac was already the king of the streets. This was the car that started it all, the 1966 Pontiac GTO. By '66, the GTO had already made a name for itself, and this year it got a bold new look. Coke bottle curves, a split grille, stacked headlights. It was sleek, muscular, and unmistakably Pontiac. Under the hood, the heart of the beast, a 389 cubic inch V8, making up to 360 horsepower with the legendary tri-power setup. 3 2-barrel carburetors, instant throttle response, and a sound that could make traffic lights feel like starting lines. 0 to 60 in around 6.5 seconds, quarter mile in the mid-14s in 1966, that was serious speed. You could row through the gears with a 4-speed manual or let the automatic do the work. A limited slip differential and beefy suspension, kept that power hooked to the pavement, most of the time. Inside bucket seats, wood grain trim, and a full set of gauges reminded you this wasn't just transportation, it was a driver's car. Outside, a simple badge on the fender said it all: GTO. The '66 GTO didn't just define the muscle car, it defined an era. It was the car that made Friday nights louder, Saturday nights faster, and Sunday mornings a little more restless. The 1966 Pontiac GTO, pure V8 muscle, timeless style, and the attitude that started a revolution. The original, and still one of the greatest.